Uh, Abstract brainwaves, game genie in the beanie. We ain't on the same stage, leveled up. The epitome of technique, can't survive in my current thought.
Other yellow hat guy here, back with another video. And yes, we finally finished the Halloween event. I know it's the day after, and to be honest with you, I guess they gave everything that was in that research for the first part already. So to be clear, there was some excuse me, just had some tacos. There was some research that they put out that you had to pay for in part one. That was for your mask, which was nothing but your mask to your mask to your mask. And then the Halloween research, which in itself was its own thing. So I think it was like $1, maybe $1.99 for your mask. And then $5 for the actual Halloween research. Now you still got some of the perks that you did in the past, but man, they usually gave research out for free. So it was a little myth that there wasn't a free one in addition to the one that you paid for. Now here's how it works. Your mask being also a ghost Pokemon, you got the benefit of capturing all those your mask and being able to use those as credit towards the 40 or so ghosts that you needed for the other paid research. So maybe they did have a free one and then it was blanketed by the one you paid for. I don't know because I paid for it, obviously. I say that to say there was no extra research to pay for or to obtain for part two. So part one was supposed to have Zorua. I spoke to that in individual videos of that because I felt like it wasn't worth waiting to talk about until now. So having finished the research, there was nothing new other than, you had the Piplup, you had that one, you had the Vulpix and Gengar, and then maybe the Pumpkaboo. Yeah, I think Pumpkaboo. They all had hats on. And, they didn't advertise Pikachu, but it's clear that he was a part of this as well with a stupid hat on. Drifbloom, all the other old ones came back and they were in raids. So there was that. Can't say it was bad, but I can't say it was good for part two. So that out of the way, what else could you actually talk about? Because it's, already over with. Well, they had this other event, like a Day of the Dead event. And Tuesday night, they had Duskull with a costume with some kind of special, appeal to it. So you had a chance to get a shiny one of it. And if you already didn't have shiny Duskull, well, you could also get that one. And it's possible you had the costume one also shiny, right? So I think Pumpkaboo had a shiny that was unlocked with the hat on. Piplup also could be shiny with the hat on, as well as Drifbloom. I said Drifbloom earlier. Drifbloom, and pretty much everything else. Vulpix looked really cool as a shiny. So, you just had to kind of keep grinding on that. I did not get anything of that nature shiny, unfortunately. So they did switch from, like they said, from one Giratina form to the next. So what else is there coming up? I feel like we've covered everything that I wanted to say very, very shortly in this video as I keep looking at the time. Guzzlord is going to make its debut. So I am excited for that. At least that's a new legendary. I didn't really even try for the Giratina like I should. It was all just, it was all just candy for my already existing Giratinas. And then XP. We finally cracked a little more XP to where we only need about 6 million left for the current level, so we'll see how that goes. I feel like it gets more easier, more comfortable, more desirable to play the game when you only need a couple million versus you see that meter and it's like, yeah, you're 10 million away. That constant reminder in the beginning when it was up to 5 million, it wasn't that bad. You felt it was doable. You do have other ways to gain XP, but I feel like having to make friends and relying on them to open the gifts being the most effective way to earn XP is actually, it holds you back because you may not even know these guys. What if you only know 400 people in your small community and you've already ran through them. What, delete them and do it again? No, that's no fun. But hey, a lot of you have turned to the internet to meet friends in other places, and you may never meet these guys, and y'all are just opening gifts to take advantage of that. And that might be a strategy that a lot of us who aren't close to 50 yet have to do to make it. But I wish Niantic had more ways to gain XP faster. I know some of you are like, well, I had to grind and I got to 50 without this feature, that. All those whataboutisms don't really matter, because really none of this means anything. Niantic hasn't done enough for it to mean anything. So maybe if you're on the Sylph Road thing and you're able to hook people up in the community, that you might have a different attitude towards it, but by and large, you have to keep that in mind. Some of y'all are 50 already and have slowed down and have become casual. I intended, like I said earlier in the year, to just be casual for the most part, because I remember being hardcore playing, and when I got to level 40, it felt like there was nothing really to get excited about. Catch, collect, release. That's pretty much how it felt. And I know I'm going on a tangent from the Halloween event, but that's why getting something like Guzzlord should be. I felt like Guzzlord would have been a nice end cap to the Halloween event, but it is what it is. It came, it went, it's over. We'll have to stay tuned to see what additional stuff they have for November. I believe I had a graphic up already. I believe I had one detailing the stuff, and maybe we can talk about that really quick. Yeah, I actually do. November, so 27th through the 8th, Giratina Origin Form. 8th through November 23rd is going to be Guzzlord. 23rd to December 1st is going to be Nielgo. The Ultra Beast is coming back. Meanwhile, in the Mega Raids, Mega Banette is going to stay here. Eventually, on the 8th, you'll get Gyarados, and then on the 23rd to December 1st, Mega Houndoom. So that's not a long time for Houndoom, but it feels like, for one that I'm not really that interested in, that week right there is pretty lame. 8th through 23rd for Gyarados, though. That's a long time for Gyarados. I feel like they could have switched to something else in the middle there. Gave you another week. But it is what it is. So Dia de Muertos is what's happening now. And hopefully you can get during the spotlight hour that Duskull, but if you can't, there's always the next day. So we got Community Day Classic coming up, and that should have Dratini. So I guess I could have talked about this in another video, but we'll just talk about it here, because really there was nothing else in the Halloween event for part 2. So wrapping it up, you've got Guzzlord getting a raid hour on the 9th and on the 16th, and then one of the Ultra Beasts returning. And that's pretty much it. Starmie is going to be the breakout, or the breakthrough research, and there'll be a Safari Zone Singapore November 18th. So that's everything there. We'll end the video here. I feel like I'm finally caught up with the stuff that I wanted to share. So did you get the Noibat shiny? I did not. If you did, I would love to hear if you hatched that. Did you find it in the wild? I think it could only be hatched, but if you found it in the wild, that would be cool too. Maybe now if you do find a Noibat in the wild, there's a chance for it. Probably slim, but anything is possible. So, I don't know. I feel like them giving you everything up front in advance, it really doesn't leave any mystery, but it does let you know when you want to play for the things that you want, right? Some of you might just say, okay, I got Guzzlord, and then I'll see you next month, right? But it would be nice to have, I guess, hours or a day of the month other than the spotlight where it's like, hey, this day and this day only, if you're playing, it could be double. Or maybe they let you choose. I don't know. Something that's focused on what you need in the game right now. If you need Stardust, you shouldn't have to wait to spotlight hour to waste all your other resources just for a Pokemon you may not be interested in to get the Stardust. Likewise, same thing with the XP and, I don't know, incense, what is it that you might need? Just, I don't know, more Pokemon for those badges. Anyway, rambled on long enough. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'd be remiss in not telling you that. Stay tuned for some more content. I've been slacked a couple days. I'm going to have to play some of these games that I've been talking about and really didn't get to them yet. So hopefully I'm in a better mood to get to that tonight now that Halloween is over and we move on to the next month. See you guys in the next one. Other Yellow Hat Guy is out.
Captain Sensation.
Captain Sensation.